Hello again, YouTubers. Welcome to episode 32 now of this FIFA 16 Burnley career mode, and I'm going to start before we go into the action and the build up to the Man City game to a couple of shout outs. As you all know, as some of you already know, I did an update video where I criticised one of the people that were commenting and accusing me of playing amateur mode, but I've had a lot of great support from the video from, firstly, my old friend MadClarret94. I always take a keen interest in his career mode videos, and he makes opinions that I totally respect. He says all the right things, and he's backed me 100%. And he says he's enjoying the video, and a special shout out to MadClarret94. Hope you're well, my friend. Thank you very much for the comment. And also another shout out I'd like to do for another guy that commented as well, Ashley Mottram. He's enjoying the career mode. Keep watching keep watching. He wanted me to shout him out. There you are, Ashley. Enjoy the little shout out there, Ashley Mottram. And he's also giving me some very nice comments as well. So thank you to you both, and keep watching, because it's going to get even better from here on in. And what better way to get better than a top of the table clash against our rivals. This is the table going into the game. So let's forget about that. Let's forget about that idiot that accused me of being of playing it on amateur mode, and let's look at this championship race between ourselves and the two Manchester clubs. It's very tight there, with Burnley leading on goal difference from Man City on the same amount of points. And now if we were to draw the game and United were to win, then we'd be all on 33 points apiece. Now, I'm not tempting fate here, but this is going to be some title race between ourselves and the two Manchester clubs here if this keeps on going. And then you've got Newcastle a further 5 points behind, who are having a terrific season under Steve McLaren. So this is shaping up to be a pretty tasty little championship running at the moment, maybe. I mean, we've only played 13 games, but there's still a heck of a long way to go, and the top three have all lost one game each. So it's, and United now have the meanest defence, because we've shipped in 8 and they've shipped in 7. So it's we're not the meanest defence in the Premier League at this moment in time, but that could all change. But it's going to be a real humdinger, and what better way to start with Burnley's match against Manchester City, and that's where we're going now, to the Etihad Stadium for Burnley's latest away trip to their nearest title rivals, Manchester City. And a very warm welcome to you all from the Etihad Stadium, and what a way to give episode 32 its real crescendo here of noise as the teams walk out. Burnley and Manchester City locked together on points, but Burnley of course having the better goal difference compared to Manchester City, but in terms of points they cannot be separated. And Burnley and Manchester United actually do have the meanest defences in the Premier League, as we were saying. City in third place on 12 goals, so this could be a very tight game, with both teams out there today very much not giving anything away. Right, the two teams then. Willie Cabanero has preferred to Joe Hart in goal, and rather surprisingly, Cruz, Aguero and company are all on the bench. Thomas Muller plays up front with De Bruyne in behind, and Fabian Delph and Samir Nasri will help provide the bullets. The Burnley fans, nearly 3,000 of them, have made the journey up the M66 to the Etihad, and this is the team. Ings and Gale are doing very well at the moment. Barton and Hughes' combination in the midfield has proved very valuable, and Scott Dan and Smith are playing terrific at centre back, and John Flanagan keeping Hector Bellerin out the side. And it's a testament to the way Burnley are playing very consistently well, and earning the right, by the way, for victories. My referee today is from the Wirral to keep the northwest beam going. That's Mike Dean. Blue Moon is obviously the Manchester City anthem, and that's what's being sung around the ground as we kick off. Manchester City, of course, in those light blue shirts, and of course Burnley, I need not tell you really, they're in claret and light blue as well. A light blue trim on the sleeves. Here's Danny Ings, carrying the ball rather well. Decides to play it into Joey Barton, ex-Manchester City player, of course, started his career there as well, and what a fantastic goal! Well, that is a goal of the season contender for absolutely sure. A real ball from the blue from all of 35 yards out of absolutely nothing. Caballero didn't even smell it. And Joey Barton has come back to the Etihad and has done that. Well, what a rip-roaring start to the game. We never saw that coming from Joey Barton. It's his 5th goal in the league this season, and that is the best of the 5 we've seen from Joey Barton in the league this season. It's probably the best goal he's scored on career mode as well. Meanwhile, at Vicarage Road, Norwich have taken the lead through Wes Houlihan. Big goal there, but a massive goal here in the clash of the table toppers. And that's the 13th goal that City have conceded this season. But what a goal. Heaton with a good catch there at the other end. But the away side, out of the blue, have scored a fantastic goal. And it was Joey Barton there who took aim and fired. A real goal of the season contender there. But here's Nazari. Nazari's ball back. Good save by Heaton. And City there just turning up the screw a little bit there. Burnley just a little bit vulnerable, having just scored. Now they're under the pressure here with De Bruyne. Tommy Muller. Good play. Oh, should have been 1-1. Fabian Delph right in there that time. Laid in by Thomas Muller. Ex-Bayern Munich, of course. In fact, Tom Heaton must have got something on it because it's a corner kick. And it is going to be Delph to take former Leeds and Aston Villa man. The Burnley fans now in buoyant mood for the time being at least. Kolarov winning the header. High keeps it in, and Heaton just hoops it all the way up to Kingdom Come. It doesn't matter if it's a stratospheric clearance, it just gets the job done. Here's Delph. De Bruyne. Oh, a chance here for Navas. Why didn't he shoot? Well, you'd have thought there in the space that Jesus Navas had, he would have shot there. Here he is on the ball now. Will he make amends this time? That's a lovely ball in, and Fernandinho's in behind. Barton is there, and he's took him out. Is that a corner? It must be, because I thought Barton had took the player out, and I've got to say, this is a fantastic strike, however, that's up there for goal. The season that must have curled and dipped and all sorts, and that was from all of 35 to 40 yards out. So City have a corner halfway through the first half, trailing 1-0, but you have to say it's a goal that no goalkeeper in the world would have stopped. But that's a good, oh, what a chance for Tommy Muller at the back post. Well, City have had, well, you can't really complain. Well, City can't complain they haven't had the chances since Burnley scored. Well, they'll be more than happy at the moment the way things are going. Burnley have rolled their luck, there's no two ways about it. So City, who still have their big hitters on the bench, by the way, they do have Sergio Aguero and a few others amongst the substitutes there that can be called upon. Here's Tom Heaton. Will Hughes. Well, Leon Velasquez turned out to be an excellent signing so far for the Clarets. Here's Joey Barton, the man who scored that fantastic goal. And it's set Burnley well on the way here. And I have to say that is it'll take some beating, that goal, if we're going to do a little goal of the season competition at the end of the season. Well, he's going to try another one, but this time he's hit it a little less with a little less power, and it's gone in the arms of Willie Caballero this time. Hughes intercepts. De Bruyne just dawdled on the ball. Now Jordan Ibe almost did the same thing in actual fact. Coming up towards the last 5 minutes of the first half. Joey Barton's strike the difference at the moment. Here's Danny Ings. He's trying to shot, but Diana gets a good block on it. Now Pablo Zabaleta to Fernandinho. Looking for options here. He's got one in Zabaleta. De Bruyne. Still Kevin De Bruyne. Another opportunity goes begging for Manchester City. Well, they're having great chances here, but just not finishing them, City. And that has got to be the concern on Manuel Pellegrini. They are having chances, but not taking them. 200 minutes at the end of the first half, but you can't blame anybody for that Joey Barton strike. That was just a piece of sheer genius, and well, he was trying to emulate him, if you like, but it's an easy one again for Caballero. That's a half-time whistle. But Burnley have the lead, but what a goal to give them the lead. Joey Barton against his old club with a 35-yard cracker that swung for the air, gave Caballero no chance, and it gives Burnley the lead at the Etihad at half-time. Welcome back to the Etihad, where we're all still raving on about that fantastic goal that's separating these two table toppers. That Joey Barton goal against his old club, and that will shut some of the City food boys up there, that's for sure. And he certainly celebrated in great style. Meanwhile, first free kick of the game goes to Man City, and will it be a caution here? Oh, it's red! Oh, I've got to say that's a surprising decision from Mike Dean. Will Hughes has gone, and I don't believe that decision. We seem nothing but innocuous. Now, if Mike Dean's seen something I haven't, well, I think he's rather unlucky. He's tried I think that's a yellow card at best. I think Mike Dean is overreacted. I don't think he should be controlling a big game like this, Mike Dean. I think Burnley have been on the end of some unfair red cards this season. Well, if the Hector Bellerin one was an injustice, this just beats the lot, I'm afraid to say. So Burnley, in my opinion, unlucky to be down to 10 men. I think referees, I think Mike Dean was always going to be a very, very controversial appointment for this game, and so it is proved. A real bad decision there from the referee. And here's Muller, and here's De Bruyne, should have equalised. Well, that would have just capped off Burnley's injustice a little bit more if that had got it. Well, here comes the danger man now. Thomas Muller, ineffective, but this fella, the Argentine, Diego Maradona's stepson, is about to enter the fray. Conagero he wears on the back of his jersey, but it is a free kick to Burnley. And Tom Heaton will be the man to, no doubt, give it a bit of stratospheric distance on it. It's going to come back at Burnley now. City with that man advantage. And they're lucky to have that man advantage, because I didn't think it was a red card. I don't know what Mike Dean saw in that, to be quite honest. If Burnley go on to lose this game, that Mike Dean will get a lot of criticism. De Bruyne again, he's had so many opportunities in the match, and yet he hasn't taken any of them, the Belgian. He's been very, very wasteful in the final third, Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, it does come as a very, very shock. A great shock when a referee makes a decision such as that. Fernandinho. There was no doubt he was influenced by the Manchester City fans, and no doubt about it. Mike Dean has not been particularly good to Burnley or the supporters in the past. Oh, what a save! What a superb save from Tom Heaton! Sergio Aguero thought he'd equalised, but the goalkeeper had other ideas. The next game at Turf Moor, you'll be able to see it again on my YouTube channel. We take on Watford, of course, and we take on Chico Flores' Watford, and you'll be able to see that with us next. But we're still 22 minutes of this game to ride out, and Tony Cruz now arriving on the scene. So the danger is coming thick and fast for Burnley. Gale just hooks it out with a bit of help from Jordan Ibe. It's another corner for Manchester City. I hope we get to see that Tom Heaton save again, because it really was a truly remarkable bit of goalkeeping. Ings now. No one's giving it away to Aguero. Ings just has to get it away. Joey Barton now just holds the ball up. That's a good ball, and Nabil Bentaleb is onside. And it's 3 against the goalkeeper here. Bentaleb, and Barton has done it! What a superb breakout! And the 10 men have gone 2 up. And the outright leadership is beckoning for the Clarets. City have thrown the kitchen sink forward. They left nobody back. And Willie Caballero was badly exposed here. And Joey Barton has struck a second goal against his old club. And what a blow that is to Manchester City. And maybe justice is done for the poor referee decision. Joey Barton has really been up for it today. And maybe Burnley's day has got a little bit better after that injustice of a red card. Here's Bentaleb. And he's trying his luck now. Oh! Well, he had Caballero scrambling for all he's worth there. Zabaleta flicking it on. Navas. Dan. Flanagan loses it though to Aguero. Jesus Navas. And De Bruyne wants it, but it's Navas now going all the way, and he's missed it. Well, City could have easily had 2 themselves today. And they're making their final change now. Wilfried Bony on for Kevin De Bruyne. Let's be fair, this has not been a walkover for Burnley by any stretch of the imagination. They've had to earn the right to win this game, because everything's been against them. Decisions, they've been pinned back in their own half for a long series of the game, and they've had to rely on the counter-attack to really help them out a lot at times. And if they just keep their wits about them and just see out the victory now professionally, and I use that word very strongly. Watford 2, Norwich 2 is quite a good game down there at Vicarage Road. Troy Deeney with the equaliser there, but 2-0 here as Diana comes forward now. Plays in Sergio Aguero, pulled back, and the referee has given a penalty. And I hope he doesn't send off another Burnley player here. Flanagan. Oh, I think that's another harsh decision. I think Aguero's looking for that. And Mike Dean yet again has fell for it. Well, this would bring City back within 1 goal. So Sergio Aguero, who in my opinion fortuitously won the penalty, has got to face Tom Heaton. And he's pulled one back. City 1, Burnley 2. But Aguero really hasn't got time to celebrate like that. He's got to get the ball back to the centre spot, because City are still not winning. They still need to score again if they're going to even get a draw out of this. Having said that though, it's a good penalty, but the penalty was a very harsh decision. And I have to say, for most of the afternoon, it feels like the Clarets have been playing against 12 men, 11 City players and the referee. But they're still winning though, 2-1. And surprisingly enough, it's Aguero's only third goal in the league this season. So, come on City is the cry. Here's Bentaleb now. Burnley have just got to be professional and just see about the victory. Bentaleb! 5 added minutes now to add to the drama. Could everything be going against Burnley here? And they've rose above it and still lead in this game. Heaton kicks long. Referee's seen an offside flag against Danny Ings, so a free kick to Manchester City. You know it's going to be coming back at Burnley now. Whatever happens though, Burnley have given a good account of themselves despite the injustices of the decisions that the referee has made. Navas. Daniana's shot. And is that deflected? No, it hasn't. It's all over. And Burnley have won it. But my goodness, they had to battle so hard against a City team that was pushing so hard. And the referee made some very poor decisions against Burnley. But Joey Barton scored the early opening goal and then scored again to make it 2. But Hugh Hughes was sent off for a very harshly for a challenge from the side. Then Sergio Aguero got a lucky spot kick which he converted, but City couldn't get the equalising goal, and it's Burnley who win the battle of the table toppers by 2 goals to 1. Well, I've got to be honest, that was a very tough game which we battled through to win. That was not a walkover. So Dylan Stewart, if you're watching, we may have won the game, but my goodness, it was not as easy as you think it was. And, you know, we scored a fantastic worldie of a first goal. And then we held on gamely because City threw everything at us. And then the sending off of Hughes, which was an absolute travesty. And it's probably, I've seen some bad decisions on these, in this long series of career mode now, stretching over a season and a bit. And I've got to be honest, that is one of the worst decisions I have ever seen in my life, and I cannot believe for the life of me that has happened. It's just an absolute travesty. Jack Grealish will come in now for the Watford game. While Hughes serves his, in my opinion, wrongful suspension. I don't think it was a. I think it was an absolute. I just think the referee was out to get us right from the word go today. It's Mike Dean, for God's sake. He doesn't give many decisions for Burnley. I remember him, of course, in a Burnley-Blackburn game back in 2010 when he gave Martin Olsen a penalty for a dive, a pure dive. Got a couple of unhappy players, but Jack Grealish is going to get an opportunity here. So we'll put Bolasie in the middle, but that now opens things up as far as the league table is concerned. We'll wait until everyone has actually played their game, because there is a right. Let's see. But everyone's played 14 games now, all being well. Just check an update from them. There's an update from the Netherlands now. Let's see what happened in the fixtures then. These games were played on the 19th and 20th. No, they weren't playing on the 19th or 20th. I'm probably going the wrong way about it there. They were all played on the 26th and 27th and 28th. No, these are Swansea. This is Swansea. Here we go. So this is what happened. This is what happened over the weekend. Chelsea 0. Everton 2. Surprise there at Goodison Park at Stamford Bridge. Mourinho's men beaten there. As you've seen there, the big top of the table clash. Burnley winning out 2-1. The Clarets were now top of the league by 3 points. With Watford to come, so we have a chance to extend it even further. Manchester United could only draw against Stoke, which has helped us considerably. Watford and Norwich played out that terrific 2-2 draw. There was a couple of games as well played the next day. Aston Villa won, Liverpool won at Villa Park. Good draw that for Remy Gard's boys, and then 2-2 between West Ham and Middlesbrough there down at Upton Park. Then, and of course, there was 4 games, of course, played on the 28th of November. Newcastle 2, Cardiff City 1. Southampton 0, Tottenham 1. Sunderland there, surprisingly, they're beating Arsenal there 2-1. Good win there for Sam Allardyce, who's always had the better of Arsene Wenger, settling his time at Bolton Wanderers. And Swansea City 2, West Bromwich Albion 0. And that's all the results in. Let's have a look at the league table before we go. So the Clarets top by 3 points, 35 points to 32 for Man City. United could only draw, but still remaining touch. Newcastle now close the gap on United with another win there. Steve McLaren has really got them playing at the moment. 2 defeats from 14 for Newcastle. That's really good. Gary Monk's Swansea up to 5th. Leapfrogging Chelsea, who lost, of course. Stoke up to 7th. Tottenham and Liverpool a bit down, really. So are Arsenal, surprisingly enough. Everton should be a lot higher than what they are, 13th. And then at the other end, you've got Watford, Norwich, Cardiff, Villa now 3 points above. The bottom 3 who now consist of West Bromwich Albion, Middlesbrough and West Ham. And West Ham yet still the only side in the Premier League still to win a match this season. Right. The next video, that's episode 33, and it's a Turf Moor encounter without obviously Will Hughes, of course. It's against Chico Forest's Watford, and you'll be able to see that with us next time out. And Watford, of course, coming off the back of a thrilling 2-2 draw off at Vicarage Road against relegation rivals Norwich City. Thank you very much for watching. And if anyone's new watching these videos and would like to watch a few more that have gone before, or watch the whole series from scratch, I suggest you do subscribe. And for any fresh videos that do come out, you'll be the first to get them. As I said, thank you for Mike Claret 94 as well, and Ashley Mottram for their fantastic comments. Another big shout out to them, and hopefully they'll be able to see us in action next against Watford as well. But from all of us here at the Etihad, and a fantastic performance for Burnley when everything was against them, including decisions, they battled through and beat Manchester City by 2-1 with 10 men. Fantastic. Goodbye now, and we'll see you for the Watford game.